joining us all from London. More from Europe now. Investigations are underway involving 4 German teenagers in a violent attack on a German politician, prompting a nationwide debate on tackling the escalating aggression towards public officials. Matthias Eck, a member of the centre-left Social Democrats and a candidate for the European Parliament elections, was severely injured while putting up campaign posters in Dresden on May the 3rd. In response to the attack, a pro-democracy demonstration with over 2,000 people was organised at Berlin's Brandenburg Gate on May the 5th. And DW correspondent Emily Leshner joins us with more from Berlin on this story. Emily, what do we know about the attack and the victim?
Hi. Yeah, well, as you've mentioned, the man who was attacked is named Matthias Ecke. He's an elected member of European Parliament and a member of the center-left Social Democrats, which is the party of Chancellor Olaf Scholz. And he was in Dresden, again, as you mentioned, hanging up campaign posters for the European parliamentary elections that are coming up in June, when he was brutally attacked by these 4 people. He suffered a broken cheekbone and eye socket and required emergency surgery. And we now know that the 4 attackers were between the ages of 17 and 20. And one of them is said to have ties to right-wing ideology. And though this attack has gotten quite a bit of attention, including a condemnation from Olaf Scholz, it wasn't the only one that day. Campaign workers for the Green Party were assaulted on the same street less than 1 hour earlier before this incident with Matthias Ecke.
Emily, are these attacks happening because of proximity to the EU elections, or is this part of a larger trend in Germany?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, it's certainly easier to target someone when you see them putting up campaign posters. So you could say that it is in part because of the upcoming elections. But there's also been a significant uptick in attacks on politicians over the past few years. The German government put out a report that shows that last year there were around twice as many physical and verbal threats on political representatives as there were in 2019. And it's certainly alarming for politicians, especially perhaps for some of the local level officials that don't have the type of security that someone is provided when they're at the federal level. And that's exactly why the heads of the 16 internal German states, as well as a federal interior minister, held a special meeting yesterday to discuss what could be done to better protect politicians, both on the local and the federal level. But I think what's also very important to focus on is not the chilling effect this trend is absolutely having on someone that this trend might be having on somebody who's interested in becoming politically involved, whether it's running for office or helping distribute campaign material. But it reflects something about our current and political and social landscape. And that's that there's a deepening polarization between people with different beliefs and different ideologies, and it's causing this rise in violence.
Less space for dissent, if we may also add. Thank you, Emily, for those updates. Emily Leshner joining us from DW Berlin. You're watching DD India Global.